Welcome to Trello. Trello is a communication platform that Love Him Love Them has decided to use. It's going to allow us to get rid of texts and emails back and forth. It's going to allow us to consolidate all of our communication into one place. The reason that this is important is that communication needs to be accessible by everyone on the team at any given time. If we're doing that through email or through text, just an inherent problem with those forms of communication is usually not everyone that needs to be involved is involved. And if you ever need to go back and try to find something, a conversation that was had previously, it can tend to be difficult to go back and find those things. So Trello is set up to be able to house all of that kind of information. Is set up to be able to allow everyone to access that information fairly easily and at any given time that it's needed. It like I said, it cuts down on email and text communication, and it also gives us a history of information, of conversations, of decisions that have been made that can be accessed fairly easily. When you're invited to Trello, you will get an email invite. You'll need to go and set up your account with Trello, and once that's done, you will log in, and this page that you see here is what you will see. There's a chance that you won't see as many boards that you see on my screen now, but as you are added to boards, this is where you will see those boards, and we'll go over boards and lists and some of the different Trello technical terms, if you will, in just a second. But this is the main screen and the layout that you would see when you log in. You see up top with the starred boards. You won't see those initially, but as you get to working with boards, ones that you work with on a regular basis, you have the ability to star those boards, and it's basically like favoriting those. It's going to make them a little bit easier to get to as you need to. So I've got my 4 that I've starred up here up top, and those will always show on the top of your homepage. As you scroll down, you'll see the Love Him Love Them team that has been set up. You will be added as part of that team when your Trello invite is sent to you, and you will see all of the boards that are on the Love Him Love Them team down below here. A board is basically so any subject that we have, our different teams that we've come up with. You can see for example, we have the big events booking, we have the choir booking, any of these movie planning, the prayer warrior team, transportation, Ukraine, all of the different. I think we have 24 different boards right now, but those are the 24 different committees that we have going. So if you see, I mean, we've got a lot going. There's going to be a lot of communication. So that's going back to the reason why we need to use Trello. There's a lot that's going to be going on, and this is going to be the place where it's going to happen. So those boards are set up. So the idea is that if you're working on a certain project, say for the latest mission trip, any communication that needs to happen would need to be posted on that mission trips board. Same thing for if it's social media, whatever committee that would be under needs to be posted on that board. Board assignment. The way Trello works is that you're assigned to each board, so you won't see or have access to that board until you are assigned to it. We're going to try to set it up so that once you're invited, that you will have access to all 24 boards and be able to see those as you need to. But I just wanted you to know that there is a chance that you might not see those initially, but we will get you added. If you don't see one that you need to be on, you can let me know and we can get you added fairly quickly. Looking at some of the tools across the top of the screen here. Up in the top left, you have the boards menu, and it's basically just another way to navigate across the different boards that you are assigned to. So there's just a list, and again, you can see almost like the home page is laid out. You've got your starred boards up top. There is a section for recent boards, so if there's ones that you've been working in recently, it'll show you a list of 6 or 7 of those. And then you've got your team board down at the bottom, and that's going to be that same list that we saw on the home screen. You've got a list of those that are down there. So this will always be there. So if you're in one board and need to quickly get over to another, you can just drop down that board's menu and navigate as you need to. The next tool across the top of the screen is the search pane, and this will always be there as well. And it's fairly powerful. You can search here, and it will search across all boards, across all teams that you have in Trello, and allow you to find whatever you may need. Say if there's, we've been doing some website work. So if I searched for website here, it's going to give me a list of cards that are mostly probably in the website board, but it will search across all boards. And there's more than what's shown here, so you can say, show me more cards, and it'll give you a list of those. Moving across, this plus sign is something that won't be used very much. It's more for creating new boards or creating new teams, and we've already got our team set up, so there shouldn't be a need for needing to do that. And just a quick side note, the create business team down here, that's a paid feature of Trello, and it's something that we won't be using. So there really is no need to use anything that's under this little plus button. But right next to that plus button is your profile and settings menu. There are some things in here. You can go in and set up your profile. It would be great if everyone could throw a picture of themselves in here so they could be easily recognized as that will be shown on any cards or anything that you're assigned to within the boards. So that would be great. And you can edit your profile. We'll do that real quick. Pretty much just has your full name, your username, and you can adjust this. Trello will automatically assign you a username when you get your invite email. But you can change this. It will tell you if the username you're wanting to use has already been used, but you can play around with that and see and change your username to whatever you would want it to be. You can change your initials, and you can add a little bit of a bio in here. It's nothing that's necessary. There's nothing you have to necessarily change on this, but I just wanted to let you know that you do have the option to do that. Looking at the settings, there's some of that same thing as far as the profile. You can change some of those things. You can change your picture. Change the notification email frequency. That's one. It's set up so that anything that you're assigned to, you're going to get an email on those cards. But you can come in here and tell Trello, I only want a periodic email, so that'd be once an hour or so. Anything that you've been involved with, any posts, any notifications that you get from the system will all be grouped into one email. Or you can say instantly, and that will basically send you an email for every time a new comment, and a new post, a new attachment, anything happens on a board that you're assigned to, it will send you. So there's potential that you'd be getting a lot of emails if you have the instantly checked. So it would be good to come in here and check these settings once you get signed in and get signed up. Periodically, I think it has worked pretty well for me so far. You can do the never, but just keep in mind you won't get any email notifications, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because notifications can also, they have a phone app. So if you're working with your phone and you want to get notifications that way, you can get them directly through the app as well. Right. And the other thing I wanted to show you in the profile and settings menu up here is this cards section, and it will, I think, prove to be fairly valuable. You can go here to the cards, and it's going to show you a breakdown by board that you're assigned to, all of the different cards on those boards that you have been assigned to as a member on that card, and we'll go over that in just a second. But it's pretty much like a central area that you can go to and say, okay, what all do I have going on that I'm part of a conversation, I'm part of a task, something's been assigned to me, whatever that is. You can come here and see those cards laid out fairly quickly, without necessarily having to go, across to each one of those 24 boards to see if, hey, is there something that's been assigned to me in here? You can come to this page, and it is the cards page up under your name up here, and just go to cards, and it will show you those. The next thing across the top is it's just an information button. It's much like the plus button. I think they kind of use it as an advertising tool. Trello does. There's nothing really in here. It's just showing you pricing and different apps, and taking a tour. I mean, that might be something if there's a feature or something that you're not sure about. You can go in there, but it's mostly just information about Trello in general. Nothing specific to our boards that we have set up or anything like that. And the last tool we have up here is the notifications pane, and that's going to be a pretty frequented tool, I think. This is going to show you any action that's been taken on any card that you've been assigned to, or any board that you have said, hey, I want notifications for anything that happens on this board. You can set that up across the different boards, and you will get notifications on anything that has either been sent to you, a card that you have been assigned to, or a board that you have scheduled to send you notifications for.